You stand on a trembling earth, the ground rumbling like a distant thunderstorm rolling through Yellowstone. The air is thick, humid, carrying the sharp scent of ferns and the musky tang of something massive nearby. You squint through the haze, and there it is, a Tyrannosaurus rex, its shadow swallowing the landscape like a cosmic eclipse. Its roar shakes your bones, a sound so primal it feels like the planet itself is screaming. Welcome to Earth, 66 million years ago, where giants ruled and survival was a daily gamble. Could you, armed with human ingenuity, stand a chance in this prehistoric arena? Today, you'll uncover how 5 modern technologies might turn the tables in a 100,000-year war against dinosaurs. Picture yourself in a forest denser than any you've hiked in the Smoky Mountains. Towering cycads block the sun, their spiky fronds casting jagged shadows. You hear a low thud, like a bass drum at a rock concert, and a sauropod's massive leg crashes down, flattening trees like they're toothpicks. These creatures aren't just big, they're forces of nature, reshaping the world with every step. The T-Rex, with jaws that could crush a pickup truck, isn't even the biggest threat. Triceratops charge like living tanks, and Velociraptors hunt in packs, their claws slicing like switchblades. It's a world where size and strength ruled, but you're here with something dinosaurs never had, a human brain and the tools it's forged. Let's break down the science of this lost world. Dinosaurs dominated for over 150 million years, thriving in a hothouse Earth where temperatures averaged 10 degrees warmer than today. The atmosphere was richer in oxygen, fueling massive growth. Think of it like the planet was on cosmic steroids. A brachiosaurus, for instance, could weigh 80 tons, its neck stretching as tall as a 4-story building. Their biology was efficient. Hollow bones in some species, like velociraptors, made them agile, while others, like Ankylosaurus, wore bony armor thicker than a bank vault. Fossils, like those unearthed in Montana's Hell Creek Formation, show us a snapshot of this ecosystem, preserved in layers of sediment like a time capsule. But here's the kicker. Their world wasn't just muscle and teeth. It was a complex web of predator and prey, balanced on a knife's edge. Now, imagine you're not just a visitor, but a contender. Could human tech outsmart these titans? Spoiler, it's not about brute force. Dinosaurs were built for their world, but your tools, drones, lasers, robotics, come from a future they couldn't dream of. It's like bringing a spaceship to a sword fight. Here's a quirky fact to chew on. Some dinosaurs, like Spinosaurus, could swim, their crocodile-like tails slicing through ancient rivers. Could you outmaneuver a swimming dino with a jet ski? Probably not, but tech might. And historically, in 1824, William Buckland named the first dinosaur, Megalosaurus, sparking a scientific revolution that's still teaching us how these giants lived and died. You feel the ground shake again, a reminder you're not in a museum but a battlefield. The dinosaurs' reign ended with a cosmic bang, an asteroid strike that choked the skies with dust, as discovered by Luis Alvarez in 1980. But what if you could rewrite that story, not with a meteor, but with human cunning? You're not just fighting dinosaurs, you're fighting for survival in a world that doesn't care about your species. It's thrilling, terrifying, and a little absurd, like a sci-fi blockbuster meets a Wyoming fossil dig. So here's the question. If you could face any dinosaur with modern tech, which one would you pick? A T-Rex's jaws or a Velociraptor's cunning? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's see who's ready for this prehistoric showdown. You step out of a shimmering portal, the air crackling like a 4th of July sparkler. The ground beneath your boots is soft, damp with prehistoric mud, and the horizon glows with the eerie light of a Cretaceous dawn. You're 66 million years in the past, standing where Montana's Badlands will one day form. A distant roar echoes, and you spot a pack of Velociraptors darting through ferns, their eyes glinting like knives in the dim light. Your heart races. This isn't a sci-fi flick like Interstellar. It's real, and you're here to fight dinosaurs with human tech. But first, let's talk about the ultimate cheat code: time travel. Could it give you the edge in this 100,000-year war? Imagine you've got a time machine, sleek and humming like a NASA prototype. It's not just a ride through history, it's a tactical weapon. The science of time travel is a mind-bender, rooted in Einstein's theory of relativity. Picture space-time as a stretchy rubber sheet. Massive objects like stars warp it, and if you could fold it, you might slip from one point to another. Wormholes, theoretical tunnels through this fabric, could connect 2025 to the Cretaceous. No one's built one yet, but in 1988, physicist Kip Thorne proposed that exotic matter, stuff with negative energy, might keep a wormhole open. It's like holding a cosmic door ajar, just wide enough for you to sneak through with your arsenal. Now, you're not here to sightsee, you're strategizing. Time travel lets you scout dinosaur behavior, like a general studying enemy lines. You watch a Triceratops gore a rival, its horned skull tougher than a pickup truck's bumper. You note their weaknesses. T-Rex has tiny arms, useless for grappling. Sauropods are slow, their massive bodies like walking skyscrapers. With each jump through time, you gather intel, plotting how drones or lasers could exploit these flaws. It's like playing chess with a 40-ton opponent, except the board is a jungle and the stakes are survival. Here's a science joke to lighten the mood. Why did the T-Rex hate time travelers? They kept stealing its thunder. Let's zoom in on the mechanics. Time travel isn't just about jumping back. You'd need insane energy, like harnessing a star's output. The Large Hadron Collider, built in 2008, smashes particles to probe physics limits. But it's nowhere near wormhole power. Your machine would need a power source rivaling a supernova, plus precision to avoid landing inside a volcano. One wrong move and you're dino lunch. But get it right, and you could drop into key moments, like the day a herd of Ankylosaurus clubs a predator to dust, learning exactly when to strike. Picture yourself in a Nevada desert, millions of years before it's a desert, calibrating your time device under a sky buzzing with pterosaurs. They swoop like fighter jets, reminding you this world isn't yours. A quirky fact: some pterosaurs, like Quetzalcoatlus, had wingspans wider than a small plane, up to 33 feet. Could your time machine dodge their dive bombs? Historically, H.G. Wells' 1895 novel, The Time Machine, sparked our obsession with bending time. But today's physicists like Thorne keep the dream alive. You're not just fighting dinosaurs, you're rewriting the rules of reality. As the portal hums, ready for your next jump, you feel the weight of this gamble. Time travel could let you outsmart dinosaurs, but one question lingers. Would you risk changing history, knowing a single misstep might erase your own world? Drop your choice in the comments. Time travel to fight dinosaurs or stay safe in 2025? Let's see who's bold enough for this cosmic chess match. You crouch in the tall grasses of a prehistoric plain, the kind you'd imagine stretching across Yellowstone's vast valleys. The ground shakes as a Triceratops, its horns gleaming like polished steel, charges toward you, each step a mini earthquake. But you're not defenseless. Above, a swarm of drones buzzes like a cloud of futuristic hornets, their sleek bodies glinting in the Cretaceous sun. You tap a command on your wrist device, and they dive, ready to outwit a beast that could crush a jeep. In this 100,000-year war, drones are your first line of defense, small, smart, and ready to rewrite the rules of survival. Picture the scene. You're in a landscape that feels like a sci-fi version of Montana's prairies, with ferns swaying and pterosaurs circling like vultures over a Badlands barbecue. The Triceratops snorts, its frill flaring like a warning flag. Your drones, each the size of a hawk, move in perfect sync, like a flock of starlings dodging a predator. They're not just flying gadgets. They're a networked army. Swarm technology, inspired by nature's flocks and schools, uses algorithms to coordinate thousands of tiny machines. Think of it as a digital hive mind, each drone a neuron firing in unison to outsmart a dino's brute force. Why did the drone swarm scare the T-Rex? Because it couldn't bite what it couldn't catch. Let's break down the science. Modern drones, like those used in 2025 for everything from Amazon deliveries to military ops, rely on AI to navigate and adapt. A single drone might weigh a pound, but a swarm of thousands could carry sensors, cameras, even tiny tasers. In a prehistoric showdown, you'd program them to exploit dinosaur weaknesses. A T-Rex's vision, based on motion like a hawk's, struggles with still targets, so your drones hover, invisible, then dart to confuse. Against a herd of Diplodocus, they'd weave through legs thicker than redwoods, dropping smoke or sonic pulses to scatter them. Fossils from Wyoming's Morrison Formation show these giants moved in herds. Your swarm could turn their strength into chaos. Now, zoom in. You're sweating, the air thick with the scent of dust and dinosaur musk. A drone zips past, its camera feeding you real-time data. The Triceratops is 30 feet away, heart rate spiking. You send half the swarm to feint left, drawing its charge while others drop a net. Light but tough, like carbon fiber spider silk. The beast roars, tangled, as you slip away. This isn't brute force, it's precision, like a quarterback threading a pass through a blitz. In 2015, DARPA tested drone swarms that could overwhelm enemy defenses. Now you're using that tech to outplay a dino. Here's a quirky fact. Some dinosaurs, like Oviraptor, were feathered, looking more like giant turkeys than lizards. Could your drones mimic their calls to confuse them? Historically, the first military drones flew in the 1990s, evolving from clunky prototypes to today's agile fleets. You're not just fighting, you're dancing with history, wielding tech that makes you a ghost in their world. Picture yourself under a starry Wyoming sky, drones circling like fireflies, keeping a Spinosaurus at bay. But here's the open-ended question. If drones could outsmart dinosaurs, what else could they conquer? Drop your answer in the comments. Drones versus dinosaurs. Who wins this prehistoric face-off? You're crouched in a prehistoric jungle, the Nevada of 66 million years ago, where the air hums with the buzz of insects and the distant bellow of a Spinosaurus. A pack of Velociraptors stalks through the ferns, their sickle claws glinting like daggers under a moonlit sky. Your heart pounds, but you've got an ace up your sleeve. A laser weapon, its sleek barrel glowing faintly in your grip. As one raptor lunges, you fire, and a beam of light slices through the night, scattering the pack. In this 100,000-year war, lasers are your scalpel, precise, deadly, and straight out of a Star Wars fantasy, but grounded in real science. Imagine you're in a scene ripped from Interstellar, where technology meets the wild unknown. The jungle smells of wet earth and decay, like a rainforest after a storm. Your laser isn't a blaster from a sci-fi flick. It's a focused beam of photons, amplified to cut through flesh or stun with pinpoint accuracy. Lasers work by exciting atoms to emit light in a single, coherent wave. Think of it as a cosmic arrow, straight and true, unlike the scattered light of a campfire. Modern lasers, like those used in 2025 for surgery or missile defense, can focus energy to burn through steel or dazzle sensors. Against a Velociraptor's speed, your laser's precision is like threading a needle in a hurricane. Why don't lasers ever miss dinosaurs? Because they're the ultimate straight shooters. Let's dive into the science. A high-powered laser, like the ones tested by the US Navy in 2020, can deliver megawatts of energy in a beam thinner than a pencil. Against a dinosaur, you'd aim for weak points, a T-Rex's eyes to blind it, or a Triceratops' legs to slow its charge. Fossils from Utah's Cleveland Lloyd Quarry show velociraptors hunted in packs, using teamwork to take down prey. Your laser disrupts their coordination, firing pulses to scatter them like leaves in a windstorm. You could even use a lower-powered setting to project holograms, tricking a dino into chasing a ghostly decoy. It's not just force, it's strategy, like a chess grandmaster outwitting a brute. Zoom in on the action. You're perched on a rocky outcrop, the Grand Canyon's ancient ancestor, as a raptor's eyes lock onto you. Your laser hums, its targeting system, linked to a heads-up display like a fighter pilot's, pinpoints the beast's flank. A quick burst, and it screeches, retreating into the shadows. The beam's heat feels like a desert sun on your skin, and the air crackles with ozone. A quirky fact: some dinosaurs, like Deinonychus, had bird-like vision, sharp enough to spot prey from miles away. Could your laser's glare outshine their senses? Historically, the first laser was built in 1960 by Theodore Maiman, a spark that lit the path to today's high-tech arsenal. You stand under a starry sky, laser-ready, feeling like a sci-fi hero in a Wyoming fossil dig turned battlefield. But here's the question. If you could wield a laser against any dinosaur, would you stun or strike? Choose your weapons mode and drop it in the comments. Laser or sword for dinos. Let's see who's ready to light up the Cretaceous. You're standing in a vast Montana badland, millions of years before it becomes the fossil-rich Hell Creek Formation. The earth trembles as a herd of sauropods lumbers past, their long necks swaying like cranes in a prehistoric construction site. Each step kicks up dust, smelling of dry earth and ancient ferns, like a summer hike in Yellowstone gone wild. But you're not running. In your hand is a control pad, and around you, robotic drones scuttle and hover, herding these titans like high-tech cowboys. In this 100,000-year war, robots are your wranglers, taming the untamable with circuits and steel. Picture yourself in a scene straight out of a sci-fi western, where Star Wars droids meet Jurassic giants. The sauropods, some stretching 100 feet long, move slowly, their tails whipping like thunderclaps. Your robots, sleek, four-legged machines the size of wolves, dart between their legs, guiding them with gentle electric pulses. These aren't just gadgets. They're autonomous marvels, powered by AI, like the systems running NASA's Mars rovers. Think of them as a pack of robotic sheepdogs, corralling dinosaurs instead of cattle. Their programming mimics swarm intelligence, like ants working together to move a mountain. Why don't robots fear dinosaurs? Because they've got no bones to break. Let's unpack the science. Modern robotics, as seen in 2025, combines sensors, actuators, and AI to navigate complex environments. Your robotamers use LiDAR, laser-based radar, to map the terrain, dodging a Diplodocus's tail with millimeter precision. They're built tough, with titanium frames to withstand a stray stomp, and their AI learns from each encounter, adapting like a chess player facing a new opponent. Fossils from Wyoming's Bone Cabin Quarry show sauropods traveled in herds, their sheer size a defense against predators. Your robots exploit this, guiding the herd away from you with sonic nudges or light flashes, turning their strength into a predictable pattern. Zoom in on the action. You're sweating under a hazy Cretaceous sky, your control pad vibrating as a robot signals a stray sauropod veering off. You send a command, and a drone buzzes upward, projecting a holographic barrier, a glowing wall like something out of a sci-fi blockbuster. The beast snorts, redirecting toward the herd. The air smells of ozone and dust, and you feel like a rancher in a Montana valley, except your cattle are 80-ton dinosaurs. A quirky fact: some sauropods, like Apatosaurus, could crack their tails like whips, producing sonic booms louder than a rock concert. Could your robots dodge that crack? Historically, the first industrial robots hit factories in the 1960s, paving the way for today's dino-taming tech. You stand tall, watching the herd move as one, your robots weaving through them like threads in a tapestry. It's not just about control, it's about mastering a world that dwarfs you. But here's the open-ended question. If you could use robots to tame any dinosaur, would you herd giants or hunt predators? Drop your choice in the comments. Robot or rider, what's your style in this prehistoric roundup? You're in a high-tech lab, the kind NASA might dream up, its sterile walls humming with the future. Outside, through a reinforced window, a Cretaceous jungle sprawls, where a pack of Deinonychus prowls, their feathers catching the sunlight like a hawk's. Your fingers hover over a console, tweaking a genetic sequence displayed on a glowing screen. You're not fighting with weapons today. You're rewriting life itself, crafting a virus to stop dinosaurs in their tracks. In this 100,000-year war, genetic engineering is your stealth weapon, turning the code of life into a battlefield strategy. Imagine you're in a sci-fi thriller, something like Interstellar, but with claws and teeth. The lab smells of antiseptic and ozone, a stark contrast to the musky jungle beyond. You're designing a virus, a microscopic assassin tailored to dinosaur DNA. Genetic engineering, as practiced in 2025, manipulates DNA with tools like CRISPR. Think of it as a molecular scalpel, snipping and stitching genes with precision. You target a trait common to dinosaurs, like their reliance on a specific protein for muscle growth, and craft a virus that disrupts it. It's like unplugging a T-Rex's power cord, leaving it sluggish without a single shot fired. Why don't dinosaurs like geneticists? They keep rewriting their endings. Let's dive into the science. DNA is the blueprint of life, a double helix storing instructions for every cell. Dinosaurs, as revealed by fossils like those in Montana's Two Medicine Formation, share genetic roots with modern birds, feathers, hollow bones, and all. Your virus exploits this, spreading through air or water, targeting only dino-specific markers to avoid collateral damage. In 2012, scientists revived ancient DNA fragments from fossils, giving clues to dinogenetics. Your virus could weaken a Spinosaurus's sail or slow a Triceratops's charge, making them easy prey for strategy, not strength. It's a silent strike, like a hacker shutting down a network from within. Zoom in on the moment. You're calibrating the virus's delivery, a mist sprayed from a drone hovering over a dino nesting ground. The screen shows a simulation, Deinonychus collapsing, their agility fading as the virus takes hold. The lab's hum feels like a heartbeat, and you're the puppet master. But there's a catch. Genetic weapons are a gamble. A single mutation could backfire, spreading chaos like a wildfire in a California summer. A quirky fact: some dinosaurs, like Parasaurolophus, had crest tubes that honked like tubas. Could your virus mute their calls? Historically, the Human Genome Project, completed in 2003, laid the groundwork for today's gene editing breakthroughs. You stand at the console, the jungle's roars fading as your virus spreads. It's not just about winning, it's about reshaping nature itself, like a coder debugging the Cretaceous. But here's the question. Would you unleash a genetic weapon, knowing it could alter history forever? Drop your take in the comments. Bioweapon or ethics? What's your choice in this prehistoric power play? You're perched on a rocky ledge overlooking a moonlit Grand Canyon, except it's 66 million years ago, and the canyon is a lush valley teeming with life. Below, a pack of Deinonychus prowls, their feathers shimmering like oil slicks in the pale light. Their hisses cut through the humid air, sharp as a rattlesnake's warning. In your hands, a sleek sonic device pulses, ready to unleash a wave of sound that could scatter these predators like leaves in a storm. In this 100,000-year war, sonic technology is your invisible hammer, turning the dinosaurs' own senses against them. Picture yourself in a scene that feels like a Star Wars showdown, but instead of lightsabers, you're wielding sound itself. The valley smells of damp earth and pine, like a hike through Yosemite after rain. Your device emits low-frequency waves, inaudible to you but agonizing to dinosaurs, whose ears, tuned for hunting, pick up vibrations like a radio locked on a signal. Sound waves are just air molecules dancing under pressure, and your sonic disruptor is the choreographer. It's like blasting a heavy metal concert through a T-Rex's skull, disorienting it without drawing blood. Why don't dinosaurs like sonic tech? It's the ultimate bad vibe. Let's break down the science. Sound travels as waves, measured in hertz, and low-frequency infrasound, below human hearing, can cause panic in animals. In 2025, sonic weapons are used for crowd control, emitting pulses that rattle nerves. Against dinosaurs, you'd tune the frequency to their biology. Fossils from Colorado's Dinosaur Ridge show Deinonychus had keen senses, like modern birds of prey. Your device could mimic the rumble of an earthquake, triggering their flight instinct, or blast a high-pitched screech to jam their communication. It's not brute force. It's psychological warfare, like spooking a herd of cattle with a single firecracker. Zoom in on the action. You're gripping the device, its hum vibrating through your gloves. The Deinonychus pack freezes, heads twitching as your sonic pulse hits. One stumbles, claws scraping rock, as the others scatter into the ferns. The air feels electric, like the moment before a thunderstorm in the Rockies. You adjust the dial, sending a focused beam to keep a lone raptor at bay, its eyes wide with confusion. A quirky fact. Some dinosaurs, like Lambeosaurus, used hollow crests to amplify calls like nature's megaphones. Your sonic tech could drown them out. Historically, infrasound research in the 1980s revealed its power to unsettle animals, paving the way for your dino-disrupting tool. You stand under the starry sky, the valley now quiet, your device a silent guardian. It's not just about scattering predators. It's about bending their world to your will, like a DJ spinning chaos into order. But here's the open-ended question. Would you use sonic waves to drive dinosaurs away or lure them into a trap? Drop your strategy in the comments. Sonic boom or silence? What's your move in this prehistoric playlist? You stand on a windswept plain, where the horizon burns with the glow of a Cretaceous sunset, painting the sky like a Wyoming wildfire. Before you, a dinosaur army gathers, T-Rex roaring, Triceratops stomping, Velociraptors darting like shadows. The ground shakes, smelling of dust and primal fury, as if the earth itself is waking up angry. But you're not alone. Around you, drones hum, lasers glow, robots scuttle, and sonic devices pulse, all synced to your command. In this 100,000-year war, humanity unites, wielding every tech in a final stand to turn underdogs into legends. Imagine a scene ripped from Avengers, crossed with a fossil dig in Montana's Badlands. The air crackles with tension, like the moment before a storm hits Yellowstone. Your arsenal is a symphony of human ingenuity. Drones swarm like locusts, lasers cut like cosmic scalpels, robots herd like mechanical cowboys, sonic waves ripple like thunder, and genetic viruses wait in reserve. It's not one tech against one dino. It's a networked assault, coordinated like a NASA mission. Think of it as a supercomputer playing chess against a prehistoric army, with you as the grandmaster. Why don't dinosaurs stand a chance? Because teamwork makes the dream work. Let's unpack the science. Each technology targets a dinosaur's weakness. Drones exploit T-Rex's motion-based vision, darting to confuse. Lasers blind raptor packs, disrupting their hunt, as seen in fossils from Utah's Cleveland Lloyd Quarry. Robots redirect sauropod herds, using their herd behavior, evidenced in Wyoming's Bone Cabin Quarry, against them. Sonic waves trigger panic, mimicking natural disasters, while genetic viruses, built on 2025 CRISPR tech, could weaken entire species. Integration is key. AI links every device like a neural network, adapting in real time. In 2023, DARPA tested networked systems that coordinate drones and robots. Your Armageddon leverages that, scaled up to fight 40-ton beasts. Zoom in on the chaos. You're in a command hub, a holographic map glowing like something from Star Wars. A T-Rex charges, but drones drop a net. Lasers stun its eyes, and robots block its path. A sonic pulse scatters raptors, while a virus slows a Triceratops herd in the distance. The air smells of burning ferns and ozone, your heart pounding like a drum at a rock festival. A quirky fact: some dinosaurs, like Ankylosaurus, had tails that could shatter bones like a sledgehammer. Your robots dodge those clubs with ease. Historically, the 1993 film Jurassic Park inspired a generation to dream of dino battles, but you're living it. You watch the dinosaurs retreat, the plane falling silent under a starry sky. This isn't just survival. It's humanity proving it can outthink nature's giants, like pioneers taming the Wild West. But here's the question. Which of these technologies, drones, lasers, robots, sonics, or genetics, would you trust most to save humanity? Drop your pick in the comments. Which tech wins this prehistoric Armageddon? You're perched on a grassy hill, the kind you'd find in a Wyoming national park. But this is 66 million years ago. Below, a Brachiosaurus munches on treetops, its neck arcing like a living crane against a pastel Cretaceous sky. The air carries the sweet scent of cycads and the distant hum of insects, like a summer evening in Yellowstone. Your tech, drones, lasers, robots, sonic devices, genetic tools, sits idle, their power unneeded for now. In this 100,000-year war, you pause wondering, could humanity share this world with dinosaurs, not as enemies, but as neighbors? Picture a scene from a sci-fi dream, where interstellar's hope meets a prehistoric Eden. The Brachiosaurus moves slowly, its breaths like gentle bellows, no threat to you. Could your technology foster peace instead of conquest? Imagine drones guiding herbivores away from human camps, like high-tech shepherds. Robots could clear paths through jungles, lasers mark boundaries, and sonic pulses nudge predators without harm. Genetic tweaks might calm aggressive traits like editing a wolf into a dog. It's not about dominating. It's about balance, like rangers managing a national park. Why don't dinosaurs and humans get along? Maybe they just need a good neighbor policy. Let's dive into the science. Coexistence hinges on understanding dinosaur behavior, pieced together from fossils like those in Montana's Two Medicine Formation. Brachiosaurus, a gentle giant, grazed like a living lawnmower, while predators like velociraptors hunted in packs, as shown by Utah's fossil trackways. Your tech could reshape their instincts. Sonic devices mimic warning calls, deterring attacks. Robots build barriers tougher than a Triceratops frill. In 2025, AI-driven ecology models predict animal behavior. Your systems could map dino movements, creating safe zones. It's like choreographing a dance between species, with humans setting the rhythm. Zoom in on the moment. You're sketching a plan on a tablet, the Brachiosaurus's shadow cooling the air. A drone hovers, projecting a holographic fence that glows like a sci-fi barrier, keeping a curious ankylosaurus at bay. The valley feels alive, like a festival of life under a starry sky. A quirky fact: some dinosaurs, like Hadrosaurus, left fossilized footprints showing they migrated in groups. Could your robots guide their routes? Historically, the 1970s discovery of Maiasaura nests revealed dinosaurs cared for their young, hinting at social bonds you might respect, not break. You gaze at the Brachiosaurus, its calm presence a reminder that not every battle needs a victor. This isn't just about survival. It's about imagining a world where giants and humans share the stage like a cosmic national park. But here's the open-ended question. Would you use tech to coexist with dinosaurs, or keep fighting for control? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Coexist or conquer? What's your vision for this prehistoric harmony? You stand on a cliff's edge, the Cretaceous night stretching before you like a canvas of stars over Yellowstone. Below, the silhouettes of dinosaurs, Brachiosaurus grazing, Velociraptors darting, fade into the mist, their roars softened by your tech's triumph. Drones hum faintly, lasers glow in standby, robots patrol, sonic waves ripple, and genetic tools rest, having tipped the scales in humanity's favor. The air smells of pine and possibility, like a Montana dawn after a storm. In this 100,000-year war, you've proven humans can outsmart giants. But what cosmic challenges loom beyond? The universe is watching. Picture yourself in a sci-fi epic's final scene, where Star Wars meets a fossil dig turned victory ground. You've wielded 5 technologies: drones, lasers, robots, sonics, genetics, like a conductor leading a symphony of survival. Each was a note in humanity's song, turning chaos into order. But this isn't just about dinosaurs. The same ingenuity that tamed T-Rex could face extraterrestrial threats or colonize Mars, like NASA's dreams made real. It's a reminder. Your tools don't just fight the past. They shape the future, like pioneers staking claim to the stars. Why don't dinosaurs dream of space? Because humans stole the spotlight. Let's zoom out to the science. Your tech exploits universal principles. AI, as seen in 2025's autonomous systems, mimics nature's adaptability. Lasers harness light's precision. Genetics rewrite life's code. Fossils from Wyoming's Morrison Formation show dinosaurs thrived through resilience, but humans thrive through invention. Your victory here mirrors real-world leaps, like the 2020 Artemis program, aiming to return humans to the moon. Each tech is a building block, stacking toward a future where humanity doesn't just survive but thrives, whether against dinosaurs or cosmic unknowns. It's like solving a puzzle where every piece unlocks a new galaxy. Now, zoom in. You're alone on the cliff, the wind carrying the scent of ancient Earth, your tablet glowing with data from the battle. A drone hovers, its camera capturing the serene valley below, where a sauropod moves peacefully, guided by your robots. The stars above feel closer, like a promise of what's next. A quirky fact: some dinosaurs, like Stegosaurus, had plates that blushed red when flushed with blood. Imagine your lasers mimicking that to signal peace. Historically, the 1969 moon landing proved humanity's knack for defying limits, setting the stage for your prehistoric conquest. You take a deep breath, the weight of victory sinking in. This isn't just about dinosaurs. It's about humanity's audacity to face any challenge, from ancient giants to distant stars. But here's the open-ended question. What's the next threat you'd tackle with these technologies? Aliens, asteroids, or something else? Drop your answer in the comments, and let's keep the cosmic fight alive. Like, subscribe, and share to join the adventure. Next time we'll ask, are we in a simulation? The universe awaits your next move.